you know. All right, so we got our cocoa beans. What's the next step? You guys said it before.
Roasting.
Roasting, correct. And I do have a bag of roasted cocoa beans, freshly roasted yesterday. For you guys.
Ooh.
So again, treat this like, I always just say pistachio, but I think we give people PTSD of bleeding thumbs. So treat this like a peanut, all right? There's an outer shell, and you want the inner nut on the inside. That's what it is. So you're gonna, when I give this to you, you can crack it, and then inside is that delicious nib. Go ahead and try that out. The process you guys just did in your hand here, what I'm showing is a process called winnowing. Now, when you guys come to the shop, and we got our viewing window with our grinders making fresh chocolate as we speak, we have a little red triangle in the back. And that red triangle is our winnower. So we send down crushed cocoa beans and shells. We create a vortex with a vacuum that actually lifts the lighter shell and lets the heavier nib fall through.
Oh, wow.
This is what you need for chocolate making. That takes decades of labor off in order to produce the amount of chocolate we need to make. Because like when Adam and Ben first started, Netflix sitting in the front of the couch, crack and separate, crack and separate. Not only are we crushing this chocolate down into that specific particle size, but we're also doing a process invented by Lindt, which is called conching. Now you guys bit into the nib, right? You taste those astringent flavors and things like that? Yeah. Those flavors will still be prevalent. Those acidic, astringent flavors will still be prevalent if you just grind and add sugar. I don't care how much sugar you add, it's going to still be in there. So Lindt invented a process called conch. Well, I'll jump myself there. Which is the process of incorporating air into the chocolate as we're making it. Before, it was two giant 2-ton German wheels that would roll around and crush the chocolate, and then they would have to aerate it. But we have these modified curry spice grinders called melangers, which incorporates air and also crushes the chocolate at the same time. But I tell you guys, I've been doing this 7 years. 7 years. And I still, when I'm pouring out a fresh batch of 70% dark chocolate out of a grinder, still amazing to me, all right? Yeah. Now, all right, enough talking about chocolate. Let's eat something. Right? So, we specialize in light roasts and light ferments when it comes to our cocoa beans, and especially the people we buy from that do their fermentations, because we want to preserve the origin characteristics of these bars, because there's so much flavor locked into it, and people dedicate their entire lives to making amazing bars. So, we have our single district collection. So I always like to, when it comes to this district collection, if I take the cocoa pod you had your hand there and I plant them in different districts of Hawaii, I have the same pre and post harvesting practices, same recipe, same grind time, same roast, it'll come out drastically different flavors just based on where it's grown. So we are going to try, and I've got such an awesome selection for you guys to try out. I've got Puna District, this is from our farms here, east side of the island, Waipio Valley as well, which is, this is actually has an orchard that predates Hershey as well. And then we have that really awesome nerdy one, the Criollo varietal that's grown on the northern tip of the island. This one's going to be awesome. So, I'm going to crack this chocolate open. So this is going on the east side of the island. There's a lot of overcast when it comes to our ferments there, so we actually have to add a bit of a heating pad to make sure everything's evenly cooked. But we feel it lends a little bit of flavor as well. So again, guys, taste is subjective too. So if you never tasted honey, how you know like honey's supposed to taste like, right? So it's based on your childhood and your nostalgia. You guys can come up and grab a bit there. So yeah, so 50% dark milk chocolate. Now why I say 50%, the percentile is so important because to call something chocolate legally, it needs to be at least 11% cacao percentage to call something chocolate. My boss says 10, but I say 11 to piss him off. Now, this is actually modeled after one of our beautiful cows, by the way. It's less tattoos, but still the same cow. But there was a dairy farm that closed down. They need to bring home about 600 cows. And we said, well, you know, we'll take 7. And he goes, well, you can't slaughter them, and you can't milk them. We're like, we just need lawnmowers. We'll take them. So we had 7 cows, and now every time we went back to the orchard, there was a new baby. Someone's pregnant, new babies, new pregnant. We have about 17 cows right now. So I don't know where the hell this hole in the fence is this bull's getting through. But I know he's sitting under a waterfall right now with a nice velvet gown on going, ladies! I usually bring it out, people are like, oh God. Showing it out here. But yes, 90%. We've all had our scarring moments when we were younger when it came to 90%, right? Dark roast, which removes all flavor when it comes to 90%. But with a Hawaiian 90%, it's a lot more moistful bite when it comes to this as well. I won't tell you the flavor because somebody named it for me. I've been eating 90% for about 4 years now. Coming up almost 5 years now when it comes to this company. Somebody named it for me. They named it perfectly. But I'll tell you the feeling I get from this. It's Monday morning.
Monday morning.
You're going to a job that you hate. You're a little hungover. This is that cup of coffee that gets you that day right there. So.
That's a cup of coffee that gets you.
right ahead.
But I'm more of a soup person. Hangover.
Right ahead.
Well, this is the good stuff right here.